Hello everyone, I'm Anime Freak and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be reviewing Dragon Ball Super episode 86. So if you haven't seen that episode, please go and check that episode out, and as soon as you've watched that, come back and listen to me review this episode. So to start off with, we see Goku meeting with Popo and Dende, and Goku asks if we can help him find Android 17, and Dende knows where he is. And then Dende chants a little magic spell and he can move the freaking Outlook. Seriously, he can move Kami's lookout. How freaking cool is that? It's like his own little spaceship. I thought that was pretty cool. It's like his own little moving island. So anyways, Dende steers Kami's lookout towards where Android 17 is, and then Goku asks if Android 17 is still out to kill him. Because remember, Dr. Gero programmed Android 17 and 18 to kill Goku. But if 18 is no longer trying to kill Goku, then it's assumed that Android 17 won't kill Goku. And then Dende reassures Goku that Android 17 isn't out to kill Goku anymore. He goes on to assure Goku that Android 17 has changed and he has a wife and children. And he goes on saying that he's a park ranger and his job is to look after animals. I'm going to assume that Android 17 got his nature from Android 16, because Android 16 in Dragon Ball Z loved nature, and he loved the little birds that flew away. And then Dende points out that they are overpassing a village where a very talented, powerful young kid resides. And Dende says that this strong, talented individual is the reincarnation of Majin Buu, and apparently Goku had forgot about him. That's our Goku. And then Goku says, wow, so many people strong on this planet. And then Mr. Popo cuts in, saying, since you've been heading out into space and battling gods, there's been a lot of changes on Earth without Goku realizing it. I also forgot to mention that Dende said that Android 17 has gotten more powerful since the last time they saw him. And Dende also says that if Android 17 was the enemy, he would be a terrifying foe to deal with. And let me tell you guys something. When I first heard this, I was like, what? Come on, he can't be as powerful as Super Saiyan God. At first, I thought Dende was exaggerating, but we'll get to that later on. Dende stops to look out where Android 17 is, and Goku heads to the island where Android 17 is. Goku tries to find Android 17, and Goku can't sense him, simply because androids have no key to actually sense. And to be honest, I'm really glad that they didn't forget this, because back in Dragon Ball Z, it was said that the androids could not be sensed, because if Goku had sensed Android 17's energy, then they either forgot about it or this would have been a retcon. Speaking of which, why does Dende have the power to actually sense Android 17 if he doesn't have any key? I mean, is it like some sort of like God-only sort of ability where he can just like sense everyone around the world or something like that? I don't know. And then a big massive explosion happens nearby, and behold, Android 17 appears, and all the fangirls go wild. Woo! Android 17! Oh, I love you, man! So yeah, we get to see Android 17, and he's kicking ass with some poachers. It's just one of him, and there's like 20 of them firing guns and rocket launchers at him, and he's just brushing them off like they're nothing, and it's freaking hilarious. And the way he ricochets the bullets is something that I would expect Goku and the other Z warriors to actually do. I mean, Krillin got grazed, and Goku got a bullet scar. I would have thought at this point that the bullets would just bounce off of them, like Cell did in his future. But the way Android 17 does it is pretty damn cool. And then Android 17 beats the poachers, and then Goku meets with Android 17. 17 doesn't recognize him, which is strange because Android 17 was built to kill Goku, and you would have thought that Dr. Gero would have put like an image inside of his brain or something saying, okay, this is Son Goku, go and kill him. But Android 17 doesn't recognize him, which is kind of unusual. I mean, what if they came across a guy that was named Goku and he sounded like Goku? And Android 17 says, oh, I recognize your voice, but he doesn't know what he looks like? Huh, oh well. And then Goku says, oh, you've got the same kind of eyes as Android 18. And 17 says, well, we are twins. And then more poachers comes along, and Android 17 says, listen, don't kill these guys. So it does seem that he's become more kinder and more sympathetic, I think. And when he beats these other poachers, he says, take care of nature or you will return to it. And then Android 17 explains to Goku why the poachers keep on coming back again and again and again, and it's because of this. And Android 17 says it's because of this Minotaurus. Besides from the other animals, the Minotaurus has these horns that's worth a fortune, and that's the reason why they keep on coming back over and over again. Not just for the other animals, but this Minotaurus. And this Minotaurus is the last of its kind. And then Goku goes to 17, I want to test your power. And then Goku goes Super Saiyan and starts attacking 17. I mean, seriously, 17 could have taken this the wrong way. Seriously, you cannot just attack people like that. And let me tell you guys something. The first time I saw this fight, I was thinking, okay, so I wonder how powerful Android 17 is. I mean, is he like a Super Saiyan 2 powerful? Is he still at the same power level when he was back in the Dragon Ball Z? Because remember, guys, Goku's Super Saiyan form isn't always at the same level. I mean, Goku's power level in his base form keeps growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. Just remember, Goku's power level at the beginning of Z and at the end of Z isn't the same. So if Goku was to go Super Saiyan 1 at the beginning of Z, and Goku went Super Saiyan 1 at the end of Z, which one do you think would win? Obviously, the end of Z Goku would win because his base form is much more powerful than it was back at the beginning of Z. And remember, this is Dragon Ball Super, and Goku has gone a lot more powerful since then, before the time skip. So anyways, yes, Goku and 17 is fighting, and it's an even match, and to be honest, it was pretty damn good. I liked it. I liked the fight between these two. And as they were fighting, 17 hits Goku like Mario does in the Super Mario Brother games. Like how he's hitting one of those blocks to get the mushroom. And then they get above the clouds, and Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue. And I'm like, what? Come on. That's not fair. Android 17 would be thrashed. And then Android 17 says, oh, so you can transform like that too. And some people have been really confused what Android 17 meant. Some people have been thinking, wait a sec, so Android 17 can turn blue as well? And I don't think Android 17 actually meant by that. I think that he meant, oh, so you can transform into blue too instead of blonde. Okay. That makes sense. And then Goku says something interesting. And Goku says that Android 17 was holding back. And I'm like, okay, let's see how powerful Android 17 is. And then Goku fires a Super Saiyan God Kamehameha at Android 17. And I'm like, no, don't do that, you'll kill him. And Android 17 was just standing, okay, not standing there, but he was just like flying in that one spot. And then when Goku fired at Android 17 brought out a shield like he did with his fight against Piccolo in Z, which is nice to see, to be honest. I wonder if Android 18 can actually do that as well. And when I saw Android 17 bring the shield out, I was like, oh, that's not going to stand up to a Super Saiyan God Kamehameha. But the shield was actually protecting him against Goku's Super Saiyan God Kamehameha. And I'm like, come on, seriously? That Kamehameha could easily destroy the universe, and Android 17's shield just blocked it easily like that? Oh, come on. And then there was a big massive explosion, and then out of the smoke, Android 17 went toe-to-toe against Goku in his Super Saiyan God form. And I'm like, seriously, Android 17 could keep up with Super Saiyan God Blue Goku. So Android 17 wasn't kidding when he said that he wasn't just sitting around all this time. Android 17 really was training all these years ever since the Cell Saga, well, the Android Saga. I mean, first we had Frieza that trained for only 4 months and he went Golden Frieza, and now we have Android 17 that could keep up with Super Saiyan Blue. What we need to understand is that Frieza and Android 18 and 17 aren't the same as humans and Saiyans, because humans can train all their lives and just keep on going on and on and on, and they wouldn't be able to keep up with Super Saiyan God Goku. And as for the androids, they've got circuitry in them, and they can get very, very powerful through training. And who knows what sort of gadgets and wirings that helps them get even more powerful than what regular humans have. And as for Frieza, he only trained for 4 months, and he is able to get even more powerful and obtain a new form. So what we need to understand is every single creature in the universe isn't going to have the same speed of getting power like the humans and Saiyans have. So yeah, back to the fight. They come to a stalemate, and Android 17 tells Goku to stop because he's afraid that the island will be destroyed thanks to their fighting. So it seemed that Android 17 and Goku was holding back their full power. So I'm really looking forward to seeing both of their powers in the upcoming tournament. And then Android 17 says that he has a wife and children, and Goku says, well, where are they? And Android 17 says, I work away from home, they're not here on this island. And Android 17 says that he's happy, he has a wife, a stable job, children, and there's nothing more that he wants. And then Goku asks what they look like, and Android 17 shows a picture of them on his phone. We don't get to see what they look like, but there has been a popular theory going around the internet. Some people have speculated that Oob might be one of Android 17's children. Android 17 said that 2 of his children is adopted, and the internet has been speculating that one of the adopted children might be Oob, Kid Boo's reincarnation. If that's the case, then that would be really cool to see. I would love to see that. And then 17 asks why Goku came to him. 17 could tell that Goku didn't come for a social visit. And then we cut to Beerus eating cake and stuff in his face, mostly comical stuff with Beerus. Goku explains there's an upcoming tournament, and Goku is asking Android 17 to join. And then Android 17 declines, and Goku asks why, and Android 17 says, I can't leave the island because of the poachers, and they will be back. But Goku keeps persisting, and he also says that they could leave Trunks and Goten to look after the island while Android 17 is away. But Android 17 still refuses, and then Goku persists even more, and then Android 17 gets suspicious, and he demands Goku to tell him the truth why he is so persistent of 17 of joining. Android 17 knows Goku is hiding something, and then Goku has no choice but to tell him the truth. He tells 17 that if they lose the tournament, then the entire universe will be destroyed with them in it. And then Android 17 says that he doesn't mind being erased if everyone else is going to be erased. Which, to be honest, seems a bit selfish. I mean, what if his sister says, oh, I don't want to die, and I don't want my daughter to die, I don't want my husband to die, and I don't want you to die. I mean, what if his sister said, please join us? I wonder if Android 17 would say, okay, fine, I'll join. And to be honest, I don't know what to make of Android 17's decision on this, because I don't know if this is like selfish or maybe he doesn't care. I just don't understand why he would refuse despite knowing that the universe will be erased, including his family and friends. And then, plot convenience, we cut to space poachers. Yeah! If regular poachers wasn't enough, we have space poachers. And it seems that they are after the Minotaurus as well. And then we cut to the credits. And that's the end. Now, I really like this episode, simply because Android 17 is in it. And to be honest, he's one of my favourite characters. He's kind of like the Boba Fett of Dragon Ball Z. He doesn't do a lot, say a lot, but he's just so damn cool, despite doing so little in the series. The upside and the downside to this episode is Goku versus 17. And this is the first time we actually see them fight. And to be honest, it's pretty cool. I liked it. But the thing is, Goku went Super Saiyan Blue. And I'm like, oh, come on. Seriously, you're going Super Saiyan Blue? He wouldn't stand a chance. And then 17 is actually going toe-to-toe with Goku in Super Saiyan Blue. Seriously. I mean, that means that Android 17 is a freaking universe buster, for crying out loud. I didn't like the jump of power that 17 had, but at the same time, it's pretty cool that it can go toe-to-toe with Super Saiyan Blue. But hey, the plot demands it. I like that we get to see more of Android 17 in this. We get to have more character development, we get to see what he's been up to, and what his life's been like. It's just so good to see him again. And we all know Goku's going to get Android 17 on the team in the next episode, so there's no worries there. And he doesn't usually smile a lot in this. I mean, in Z, he was like, always small. Well, not always small, but he would always have this cocky smile on him. And I would love to see him smile, because even though he seems, more serious but more calm, I would love him to smile. The animation was good too. It seemed more smoother in this episode. Now, usually this is the part where I say, okay, on to the previews, but I am going to continue on to the next episode because this is Android17's episode. So, on to the next episode. And then 17 asks why Goku came to him. 17 could tell that Goku didn't come for a social visit. And then we cut to Beerus eating cake and stuff in his face, mostly comical stuff with Beerus. Goku explains there's an upcoming tournament and Goku is asking Android 17 to join. And then Android 17 declines and Goku asks why, and Android 17 says, I can't leave the island because of the poachers and they will be back. But Goku keeps persisting, and he also says that they could leave Trunks and Goten to look after the island while Android 17 is away. But Android 17 still refuses, and then Goku persists even more, and then Android 17 gets suspicious, and he demands Goku to tell him the truth why he is so persistent of 17 of joining. Android 17 knows Goku is hiding something, and then Goku has no choice but to tell him the truth. He tells 17 that if they lose the tournament, then the entire universe will be destroyed with them in it. And then Android 17 says that he doesn't mind being erased if everyone else is going to be erased. Which, to be honest, seems a bit selfish. I mean, what if his sister says, oh, I don't want to die, and I don't want my daughter to die, I don't want my husband to die, and I don't want you to die. I mean, what if his sister said, please join us? I wonder if Android 17 would say, okay, fine, I'll join. And to be honest, I don't know what to make of Android 17's decision on this, because I don't know if this is like selfish or maybe he doesn't care. I just don't understand why he would refuse despite knowing that the universe will be erased, including his family and friends. And then, plot convenience, we cut to space poachers. Yeah! If regular poachers wasn't enough, we have space poachers. And it seems that they are after the Minotaurus as well. And then we cut to the credits. And that's the end. Now, I really like this episode, simply because Android 17 is in it. And to be honest, he's one of my favourite characters. He's kind of like the Boba Fett of Dragon Ball Z. He doesn't do a lot, say a lot, but he's just so damn cool, despite doing so little in the series. The upside and the downside to this episode is Goku versus 17. And this is the first time we actually see them fight. And to be honest, it's pretty cool. I liked it. But the thing is, Goku went Super Saiyan Blue. And I'm like, oh, come on. Seriously, you're going Super Saiyan Blue? He wouldn't stand a chance. And then 17 is actually going toe-to-toe with Goku in Super Saiyan Blue. Seriously. I mean, that means that Android 17 is a freaking universe buster, for crying out loud. I didn't like the jump of power that 17 had. But at the same time, it's pretty cool that it can go toe-to-toe with Super Saiyan Blue. But hey, the plot demands it. I like that we get to see more of Android 17 in this. We get to have more character development, we get to see what he's been up to, and what his life's been like. It's just so good to see him again. And we all know Goku's going to get Android 17 on the team in the next episode, so there's no worries there. And he doesn't usually smile a lot in this. I mean, in Z, he was like, always smile. Well, not always smile, but he would always have this cocky smile on him. And I would love to see him smile, because even though he seems, more serious but more calm, I would love him to smile. The animation was good too. It seemed more smoother in this episode. Now, usually this is the part where I say, okay, on to the previews, but I am going to continue on to the next episode because this is Android 17's episode. So, on to the next episode. And from where we left off, Goku tries again to ask for Android 17 to join the team. But this time, he says there are super Dragon Balls that are bigger than planets that can grant any wish, regardless of what the wish is. And this gets Android 17's attention, and he says, that sounds unbelievable. And this is where I want to cut in. Why does the Super Dragon Balls interest Android 17? I mean, really think about it for a sec. I mean, I know Shenron isn't as powerful as Super Shenron. Seriously, what is it with the name? Anyways, I mean, Earth Shenron can grant immortality, but he cannot kill people. And I know he can't make the androids, Android 17 and 17, human, But Shenron can grant other wishes as well. The immortality, money, take over the world. Because remember, Android 17 hates his cybernetic parts. As we know, Android 17 knows about Shenron, lightly from his sister. So maybe the wish that he wants is to become fully human. Maybe. Let's just see how the episode progresses. Anyways, back to the episode. And then we see the space poachers stealing the animals from the ship, beaming them into the ship. Android 17 and Goku gives chase. But here's another thing. Why don't Goku just take 17 and just teleport from that distance to the ship? I mean, it would have been much more easier than just to fly there. Goku and 17 teleport onto the ship, and there's a whole lot of animals from different planets there. This alerts the guards, and Goku and 17 starts to kick their asses. And then we cut to Krillin, Meren, and 18. Krillin can sense that Goku is getting further and further away from the planet, and then 18 gets worried about 17 and Goku, and she asks Krillin if Android 17 and Goku are alike, because 18 says that 17 and Goku are immature. So she's thinking that they're off playing somewhere. Then we cut back to 17 and Goku, and they kicked all the guards' ass. 17 goes off to find the big boss, while Goku fights off the rest of the guards. 17 gets to the big boss, and the big boss brings out his lightsabers. Dun 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 dun. They attack 17 with the lightsabers, but obviously he wins. The big boss tries to bribe Android 17 with money, but it doesn't work. 17 kicks the big boss at the glass window of the ship, which is a freaking stupid idea, for crying out loud. I mean, seriously, there's no oxygen in space, guys. Come on. The boss lizard poacher brings out a remote control, and he says that there's a self-destruct mechanism inside of him, and he tells Goku and 17 if they don't leave, he will self-destruct. And then he presses the freaking button, and the entire ship explodes. And then we cut to Beerus, and geez, it was just a freaking dream, for crying out loud. Beerus was just dreaming. Oh, what a cop-out. Beerus thinks it's an omen, and Vegeta is very annoyed at the gods for just wants them to leave. We cut back to the spaceship, and the boss is threatening to self-destruct. 17 tells Goku to say sorry to his wife, children, and his sister, and he tells Goku that he wishes he would have loved to speak to him more. 17 smashes the window and takes the poacher boss out with him into space. Then Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue, teleports to Android 17 and the boss, and then teleports them to King Kai's planet. Oh, I know where this is going. But I just want to get back to something very quick. Some people have been saying that Goku can now breathe in space because of his Super Saiyan Blue form. Now, if this was the case, then Vegeta would have survived planet Earth blowing up when Frieza destroyed it. Just remember, Frieza survived the blast, but Vegeta didn't. This is because Frieza can breathe in space. Goku had to go at full power and be very fast, because remember, Goku had to think fast and be very quick, and Super Saiyan Blue is his most strongest and fastest form. And that's the reason why he went Super Saiyan Blue, not because he can breathe in space, but because it was fast. And believe it or not, Goku teleports to King Kai's planet. Oh, he teleported a guy that can self-destruct to King Kai's planet. How freaking hilarious is that? History repeats itself, folks. It's just absolutely... it's absolutely hilarious. Sorry, I'm cracking up here. I mean, Goku did this twice with Cell and with this guy. And King Kai goes over and says, "Who's this guy?" And he says, "Oh, that's Android 17. He says, "Oh, nice to meet..." No, I'm talking about that guy. And he says, "Oh, he's a poacher and he's got a self-destruct device." And King Kai's like, "What?" And they back off and says, "Hey, take him away. And then Dende uses his psychic powers to communicate with Goku and tells him that the poacher's so-called bomb isn't a bomb. And he tells Goku that he was lying. 17 demands the poacher to tell him what exactly it is. And the poacher says, "I can't, the gravity is weighing me down too much." And then 17 gives him a glare and he says, okay, I'll do it. And he pushes the button and all party confetti comes out of his nose. Classic Toriyama. And the poacher guy says it was for a birthday surprise. The animals are sent back to the island. Jocko arrives and takes all the credit. 17 says he owes Goku a favor, and he decides to join Universe 11's team. And he says he'll allow Goten and Trunks to look after the island while he's gone. 17 says he wants to wish for a cruise ship for his family so they can sail around the world. Now, I don't know if he means he wants to use the Super Dragon Balls or just the Earth Dragon Balls. But considering when Goku says, oh, there's the Super Dragon Balls and you can wish for anything you want. Because remember, 17 said that he was wished back with the Earth Dragon Balls, so he has knowledge of them. Or maybe he'll just say, okay, I want to use the Earth Dragon Balls to wish for a cruise ship. So when they win the Universe Tournament, he's going to get his wish. And then Android 17 brings up something very funny and something that isn't true, confirmed by Akira Toriyama. 17 calls Goku the savior of the world. And then Goku debunks this and he says, oh no, I'm not all about that. I just want to fight strong people, but I can't stand seeing innocent people get hurt. And this is all confirmed by Akira Toriyama. Well, I have been watching Masako X's videos, so if you guys want to go and check that out, please do. He'll explain. Goku starts talking about his grandpa, and then 17 talks about how he was made to kill Goku, and then Goku talks about how he made friends out of enemies, which was Vegeta, Tien, Piccolo. So this could be a sign that Goku made a friend out of Android 17. 17 asks if 18 will be joining the tournament, and his brother, which obviously he means Krillin, his brother-in-law, and 17 calls him the mini-monk, which I think is hilarious, and Goku says yes, and then Goku says that Majin Buu is going to be joining the team. Android 17 is surprised by this, but he says that Buu is good now. And then we cut to the preview, and we see Piccolo training Gohan. And let me tell you guys something, it looks awesome. Gohan and Piccolo training looks freaking amazing. I mean, yeah, and I know it's only like a preview, but it looks very, very intense, and I'm really looking forward to watching that episode. So, what did I think of this episode? Episode 87. Well, I like the fact that we got more Android 17 character development, and I also like how Goku went to King Kai's planet again, and he brought a guy that was going to self-destruct. Oh, history repeats itself, it's absolutely hilarious. And I like the fact that Android 17 knew where Cell blew up. And near the end, I liked how Goku was just talking to 17 about how, he made friends out of enemies, and how 17 was made to kill him. I think I like that part the best myself. All this was just gags, but the other thing I question is that the space poachers was very convenient, especially at the time when Goku was trying to convince 17 to join his team. I didn't think it was as good as the first episode because we got ourselves a bit of a fight between Goku and 17, but it was an okay episode, and I can't wait to see more of 17. He is awesome. I give this episode a 7 out of 10. I'm Freaky, and I'm out. Thank you guys for watching, and if there's a series you want me to check out and review and give my thoughts on it, or if there's a top 10 list you want me to do, or any reactions, or responses, or rants on anything geeky, just leave links and comments in the comment sections below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And if you guys want to follow me on my social medias, I'm on minds.com, VidMe, Gab, Twitter, Tumblr, Patreon, and my other social medias are down there in the description box below, so if you want to go and check them out, please do. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video. And please go and check out my new skeptic channel, Gypsy Freak. It's also down there in the description box below. Peace out.